Hey guys, Poverty Point Customs here. So my new reproduction grill for the 1952 Ford 8N came in yesterday. Just shows what it looks like. It's painted with almost like a white primer color, and it's going to be mounted on the front of the tractor. So it's going to certainly bring it back to the original look. No doubt with this tractor, probably hasn't had a grill for many years. So when you're installing the new grill, there's a bolt on both sides of the bottom of the trim piece. As you can see right here, it's a 9/16, and one on the other. And what happens is the bottom of the grill, there's holes in it. And those holes actually go right in here. So what you have to do is loosen the bottom of this front trim piece, which spreads out the bottom, and the grill in the little hole actually attaches right there and right there, and then you tighten up the 9/16 bolt to bring it all together to lock in the bottom of the thing. I noticed with the top tabs on the aftermarket grills, you can see they're bent down in the corner right here, so I actually got to bend those up so this bar will go up, and this here will actually fit in that hole on both sides. Another issue I'm running into is the two bottom mounting parts right there and right there are actually too wide apart for the grill to actually be secured to. I can actually put on the grill without even unbolting the side bolts. So somehow I'm going to have to extend both of those more or less tabs to hold the grill in. So it's the next day. What I want to do next is actually paint the grill. What I've done is I've cut some cardboard and put it in behind the grill just so I'm not painting the radiator. In hindsight, I should have just painted the grill before it was on the tractor, but I was too excited to actually see it on the tractor, so here we are. Compressor that I've been using, it's my Campbell Housefield air compressor. I've had this for probably 12 or 13 years. My Mastercraft paint gun setup, and I've been using the smaller one. And I've been using that. And there's the paint gun all set up, ready to go. I've had this for probably 7 or 8 years. I've only used it a handful of times, but this is what I'm using on the tractor. I use this on my utility trailer. I actually used the larger tank, and it actually cracked on me, so I no longer use this one. I've been using the smaller one, which works good, but it's a little bit of a pain because you can only put so much paint in it. Grill, that should be enough paint, and I'm going to be putting in a little bit of paint thinner to thin it out so it sprays on a little easier. That's my paint thinner I'm using, and again, it's my paint. Before you start painting, is you always want to do a test pattern and check the spray on your paint gun. And that's fine because I'm doing such a small area. I'm doing now is I'm trying to get in between all the grills. I can still see a little bit of the white primer. So I'm just putting it on light. You don't want to put on your first coat too heavy or you're going to get a lot of runs in it. First coat, as you can see, it went on nice. Obviously it's a little different than painting a car. Sorry for the light there. Going to be a little bit of orange peel in it, but for what it is, it actually looks like it turned out quite nicely. So again, I'm going to put one more coat on, probably in another 5 or so. This is going to be coat number 2. So I'm just doing some checks to see if I missed any areas there. Well, anytime you're painting, you should have a mask on. It's a really well ventilated area here, so I'm probably okay. However, no doubt I should have one on. So just doing some final checks, make sure I get even cover. Takes a little bit to get in between all the grills. I don't want to have any little white spots after it dries there. And that looks good. A little bit of paint left, so I have the old toolbox for the tractor, so I'm just going to give it a quick spray. And it's easy as that. I had sprayed it a light coat a few days ago. I'll have to do the back side of this later. All painted. Turned out pretty good. I'm pleased with it. The only complaint I have is, as you can see, it's not 100% lined up, and the reason being is it's a hood from a 52 tractor on it, and you can see it's kind of kiltered a little bit that way. However, it looks much better than with no grill. Again, this is an aftermarket grill I purchased off eBay. It was just under $100 primed. It fit well. The only problems I ran into is the bottom mounting parts. They're a little bit too wide, so we're going to have to work on that side. And at the top where the pin goes up, it's too short to actually go up into the hood to lock it in. So you can see I have a couple temporary handyman cable ties on it in the short term, at least to get it mounted and paint it. And then before the winter time, I'll deal with fitting those, and I showed it earlier in the videos where the mounting points are. So it's all mounted, painted. So what I'm going to do is put it outside and let it dry in the early morning sun. And then the next step on the tractor is to finish wiring the lights on the back and the switches. Change the oil and filter, and then that should be it for the winter time, and hopefully we get a good winter out of it. On a side note, I do know that the battery is weak, so I'm going to check today to make sure that the alternator is charging. So that will be the next video. Okay guys, just a short video on me painting the front grille. Again, it turned out, I would say, pretty good. Obviously it's not perfect, but it's there's barely any orange peel in it, and it looks like it laid down nice and smooth. Again, the grille's new, the hood's old, so obviously you're going to get a nice paint job on nice new primed metal that's nice and straight, no filler or anything in it. And again, I'd love to know when the last time this tractor actually had a front grille. Anyways guys, I'll quit my rambling. Thanks for watching, and if you like this sort of videos, I'll be doing quite a few more on the series of getting the old Ford 8N ready for the winter time, and then hopefully we'll get some good plowing videos out of it. Thanks for watching, folks.